Chapter 3. Monday, 6:03 p.m. The motel room smelled like bleach and old cigarettes. Ellie sat cross-legged on the edge of the bed, picking at the seam in the comforter. The television was on low volume, some talent show where a guy was crying mid-song, but she wasn't watching it. Not really. It was just noise, a distraction. Something to keep her tethered. She hadn't moved much in the last hour. Maybe more. Time felt blurry now. Like she could reach out and tear through it if she just tried hard enough. The lamp in the corner flickered once and stayed on. Too yellow. Too warm. It made her skin look sickly. She turned it off and sat in the dark for a few minutes before flicking it back on again. Silence pressed in either way. She had a phone, stolen probably. Or maybe just borrowed. She hadn't asked. The man who gave it to her said not to worry. That she'd be safe here for the night. That someone would come. He hadn't said who. Or when. And honestly, she wasn't sure she believed him. Well, this was better than going back. Anything was better than that. Her fingers hovered over the phone screen. The number she'd messaged earlier, Jenna's, was still there in her recent contacts. Not saved, of course. That would have been stupid. She stared at it for a long time. Sent 2 messages and then nothing. Had she gone to the police? Told someone? Maybe. Maybe not. Jenna had always been kind, but kindness didn't mean safe. Or loyal. Adults always said they'd help, until it cost them something. She slid off the bed and paced once across the room. But again. The carpet was scratchy and stained in a pattern that looked like spilled soup. Or blood. Probably soup. Hopefully. She opened the window a crack to let some air in, even though the air outside smelled like truck fumes and old rain. The highway buzzed faintly in the distance. Just a low, steady hum. It made her feel far away from everything. From herself even. She hated this feeling. Part of her wanted to disappear completely. Like really vanish. Change her name. Cut her hair short maybe. Start somewhere else. Somewhere colder. Or warmer. Somewhere no one knew her. Somewhere where people didn't say one thing and do the opposite when no one was looking. But another part, stubborn, reckless, wanted to go back. Not home exactly. Just to the people who should have protected her. Wanted to look them in the eye and ask why they didn't. Except she already knew the answer. She wasn't important enough. Or worse, she had been, for the wrong reasons. She sat down again and checked the phone. Nothing new. A faint knock at the door made her flinch. Short and careful. Not urgent. She held her breath. The man had said someone would come. But he hadn't said when, and he hadn't said what for. She thought about not answering. Just staying completely still until they left. But then the knock came again. She crossed the room slowly and looked through the peephole. It was a woman. Blonde, early 40s maybe. Hair tied back. No uniform. No obvious badge. Not a cop. Not officially anyway. But something about her posture, the way she stood. Hands behind her back, feet planted just so. Felt practiced. Ellie didn't open the door. But she didn't walk away either. The woman waited another few seconds. Then leaned in a little. "Ellie," she said quietly. Almost like it wasn't meant for the hallway. "You don't have to open the door. I just need to know you're okay." Ellie stayed quiet. "I'm not here to hurt you," the woman added, as if that meant anything. "No one ever says they're here to hurt you. I'm with someone who knows Jenna. She didn't tell anyone. She's worried. That's all." Ellie didn't move. "Look, you don't have to trust me. Just, if you want to talk, I'll be in the diner across the street. You'll see me through the window. Red coat. You can leave if you want. But I hope you won't." The woman stepped back, then walked away. Calm, measured steps. Ellie didn't move for at least 5 minutes. Maybe 10. Then she looked out the window again. And there she was, across the street, inside the diner, red coat draped over her chair. Drinking coffee. Not looking at the motel. Not making any sudden movements. Just waiting. Ellie sat down again, stared at the phone, and thought maybe just 5 minutes. Maybe I go and listen. Just listen. That wouldn't be the same as trusting. That wouldn't be the same as giving in. Would it?